9:30 in the morning for you.
Yep.
Sean, that's us on the recording.
Yes.
Okay, Isha, I think we're sorted.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Honestly, I don't know. Because this time works for me right now. I'm not sure. Just because maybe during that time, usually we have like live meetings, you know. That's why.
Okay, if you're fine with the time, great. I mean, it's wonderful.
Awesome. So anyways, I don't know if you're doing this only for Africa or you will have this time slot.
Basically, the one or two of the teams have Africa and India people only. So then I thought maybe I'll reach out to the others if they prefer that time.
For the moment, it works. It
So
works for me.
yeah, yeah.
Thank
And I
you
think
so much.
everyone else is there, so it also feels little more.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good morning.
Hello, Sean.
Linda, I've got to ask, what is behind you?
There is a sticker on my wall. It's a huge wall sticker. So.
And is it a tree?
It's a fairy grotto. There's like, you can't see it, but there's a fairy hiding behind my bookshelf. So throughout the wall, there's little fairies hiding. It is my fun space. I spend so much time in this office that I'm at least going to be happy when I'm here.
Yeah, I have a similar thing. There's a ping pong table behind me. Also a fun space. Okay.
Midsummer's Night Dream.
What's that?
It's very Midsummer's Night Dream.
Yes. I feel like we'll have to have a contest at the end of this for best background. Yeah. And then, and Tom, it kind of feels like an unmade bed, but is that a real picture behind you or a fake?
It's real. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a fake picture of an unmade bed.
No,
otherwise it looks like a really nice room. Well done.
Yeah, that was our pandemic project. So we had leftover paint and we were bored and we had tape and we said, let's paint this wall. And it's a lot of measuring.
Well done. Okay. So thank you for coming for session number 3 of our Workflow Accelerator. And we're very happy to have you here. And, you know, in particular, we're trying to make progress toward actually getting these things up and running to things that people can feel and touch that are based on your own data. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to our illustrious head of developer relations, Ambika, and take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Always you give me the best introduction, so I'm very happy. All right. Sorry about last time not being recorded, but we've been very prudent and we've already hit record. So if you don't want to be on the recording, you can keep your camera off. So today I think we'll just do a quick review of where we've been and how we want to take this forward. How are you guys feeling about your knowledge bases? Are you have you started playing with it a little bit? Can you guys maybe open up your mics a bit and talk about it? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I started already playing with the golden questions and answers. Still like discovering the platform. But you mentioned in the recorded video, Ambika, that you might have a citation and at the bottom of the answer, people can link the source of information. But in my case, if the answers are in an Excel sheet, which is hosted on Google Drive, I don't want people to access that. You get my point? I don't want them to click so they get all the answer and all the questions. So I don't know how to avoid that. That was like a practical question, how to avoid it.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Sorry, quickly. Another question that we were drafting KPIs, and I already mentioned Sean in one of my comments. Sorry, I got excited about this. I'm not waiting. Can we later on get the number of unique phone numbers who were chatting with this account from WhatsApp? So I don't know, because I'm used to like end user WhatsApp in normal account, so I don't know if I'm having like account like this. Can I count the I'm also not having duplicates, just the unique phone number who have been chatting with this. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Those are very, very doable. Very thanks for your questions. How are others feeling? It's okay to feel like we haven't reached anywhere, but that's also like a very valid answer. It's totally fine. We're all busy with our day. So we'll do a little bit of adventure into LLM prompting today and how to set off our co-pilots in the direction that we prefer. And no more, as Dan said, that we don't want to be at the level of asking AI just for recipes. We want it to be able to work for us. So, let's get on with the session. If any of you don't want to speak out on the mic and you still have questions, we are happy to take them on the chat as well. So it can be, if that's easier for you, that also works. Right. So,
and then Shadi, we will answer your questions. We have rather deep answers for both of those. So we're getting to it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So welcome back to session 3. These are the things that we are planning today. We're going to set up your LLM prompt, and this will kind of focus on the voice that you want the Copilot to have. Whom does it serve? How does it respond? What are the kinds of tweaks we can do to make it work for us really well? And then if some of you have language and translation related needs for your users, we'll have a little discussion on that. And then, of course, we'll do our first web deploy. So that will help us to really like sense and feel in the closest tangible way what a GUI Copilot can be for us. So I think in terms of preparedness, we've already mentioned in the group that you have this little Copilot example with your knowledge base documents working. I know, Alex, you've just joined from Medic, so don't worry, we'll get you up to speed on the Copilot as well. Don't worry about it. And then from there, our goals for the session, of course, as per the agenda, are that you are able to get this LLM working. It has the language requirements, it's deployed. And after it's deployed, we do a few test questions to know that it's giving us the right answers. Something as simple as saying hi, referencing your knowledge base, and then figuring out local language. Also asking questions that are not related and making sure that it doesn't try to answer those. So, okay, so we'll get on with the prompting piece. I'll request everyone to open their Copilots. Of course, just as a refresher, it's in your team space. And then if you go to Copilot, GUI/Copilot /saved, you'll find that they're all there. I'm on a test space where many of the videos that if you've already seen the videos ahead, you'll notice that it uses this health bot. So we'll work with this a little bit. Yeah. So if you guys have got the Copilot up and running, or well, not running, but at least up in your tab, can you just give me a little thumbs up so I know that we're all on this together? Okay, super. Thanks, Rob. Thank you, Nitesh. Okay. And don't worry, all of you can open it and play around with it. And until someone saves it, nothing is going to happen. So if you're like feeling hesitant to like open it and like, make a mistake, then I would even recommend, Sean, if that's okay, we can recommend people to make copies and like try it on their own in the teams. So the experts can also have a bit of a run with it along with the product people.
Yeah, in general, we store deep histories of everything you do. You can always go back to previous versions. If you click on the little ... there next to share, you'll see a version history. So if you do an update and that version of history, so you can always go in and basically edit this. So it's just, you can think of it like a Google Doc. You can always go back in that version history. And if you want to modify anything,
no, I mean, I just meant for everyone to play around with it and be able to use it. I just feel like if you want to try that, don't hesitate. If something does happen, we'll always help you go back to your previous version, so don't stress about it. So if you are already here, you may notice that I've set it up in a very simple way. There are 3 parts to this Copilot. One is what it does and what its name might be. So I've just made it, I just called it generically health bot, and because my knowledge base is around hypertension and BP. And then I have a specific prompt that says that if someone says hi, what are they going to say? So this could be in multiple languages. This could have like interesting emojis around it. You want to make it look more friendly, you can do that. And then, of course, the last core piece to this very, very basic prompting is to make sure that it doesn't answer questions that are outside of the scope of what you're doing. I don't want that, people come to the city of Seattle bot and ask when is the next XYZ concert happening. That's not what your AI is for. It's meant to serve people in a specific way. So we want to make sure that that happens. So the core is that you give it a persona, you give it a friendly greeting, and then we test whether it works on a question that's related to your knowledge base and one that is unrelated. So this is the first step. Once we know that, okay, this piece is working, then we really move into iterating and making sure that the copilot is working for us in the way we are expecting it to. So if you guys have this already, or if you want to work on it quickly and then test it, maybe I'll leave maybe another 5 minutes if you guys want to do this quickly.
And can you just show like, how did you add that knowledge document?
We did that last time, but the knowledge document is just add more. And if it's on your computer, you can just add it directly from here. If it is a link, you can add the link here. And that link could include documents. It could also include, videos. Those will also.
If you do need to also do that on a secure Office 365 location or Google location, anyways, and you're running into any trouble on that, just ping us. We have support for that. Sometimes you have to set up some auth keys though to make sure that those work properly. And then in the case of OpenUp, we're doing some kind of different, more advanced stuff that we'll talk about offline, where we're basically trying to scrape all of the content in their big CMS, which is kind of a different pattern. But for normal documents and links, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. So I'll go back to the prompting a bit. Are you guys here now? Angela, Linda, I don't know, Tom, Shadi, are you feeling okay with this very basic core prompting? Shimona, Nitish, I don't know, whoever's working on it. Yeah? Right. Super. Okay. So, and then if you run it, you want to try it on your own. And if there's something already there, you can always clear and then ask the bot. So I'm just going to say hi now and let's see what it says. Great. So it says, okay, I specialize in hypertension and BP. So maybe I want to ask a follow-up question. If I have heart disease, how often do I need to get myself checked, right? So this now is a question related to the database, to the knowledge base. So it should respond with citations, or it should at least respond with a summary of those snippets. So it has now, as you notice, given 2 citations from page 29 and 30, which are here relating to this. So now I'm going to ask it really something really unrelated. Like I'll say, okay, what is the weather in Udaipur? Now, I mean, in some contexts, this may be something that's required. Like, of course, if you're looking at a farmer chatbot, you do need the weather. But here, specifically in this health bot, it doesn't need to be giving you weather updates. So if this is also working for you, then I think you're like, at least you've started off your chatbot journey reasonably well. And then we'll kind of go a little more into the core ideas of how you can push this a little bit more. So once you tested it, just give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to stop us, and if you need a repeat, we're happy to share again. So don't feel like disturbing or interrupting.
And the only thing I would say here is this is not the user interface, obviously, your end users will see. This is just a little testing space where you can, see if a question is giving the kind of answer that you want it to give. And then we'll get to the part where you hook it up to an integration, which then makes the thing that your end users would actually see. But this is sort of the pre-environment for that.
Yeah, Angela, I'm just adding your teammate.
Thank you.
I'll just stop sharing and want the email to be there. Right. So how are you guys feeling? Is it working? Is it behaving itself? Is it giving you? I hope it's not giving you answers that are not supposed to be asked. Usually, I know this is really silly, but this is very millennial of me. I always test it on where is Lady Gaga's next concert. So, and if it says that I'm not going to help you on that, that usually means that the bot is not working. So yeah. All right. So we've got our bot working. I think some of you gave a thumbs up. So I'm going to just move on to the next piece, which is now going to be specific for each of you in the way you're working with your tools. But I'm going to just explain them to you once. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's like as you're building the bot, as you iterate with it, it'll keep coming back. I think the core of prompting is to always understand the LLM as a collaborator, because we will always be patient with the collaborator and tell them a couple of times what we want. We'll help them to like get to the place that our vision is. Whereas sometimes we get impatient with chatbots and we feel like, oh, this is not giving us the answer that we want, and then we give up. So, but LLMs, they try to think like humans. I mean, at least to some extent. So the idea is that as you're moving, you have to keep iterating. And I think this accelerator is that space for you to sort of get used to this kind of a workflow, like get accustomed to what it means to have a AI engine as a collaborator on your. So yeah, so we'll get back to this now, and we will I'm going to look at Ginger templating in the end because it's a little complex, but let's just look at few short instructions. So typically what ends up happening is that sometimes you may have noticed you get really big verbose answers. I don't know, Shadi, have you been getting that because you've been testing it a lot? Like, are you getting long
Absolutely.
answers? Yeah. And sometimes that's not so useful for your user because they're going to lose interest, or it's too dense and it's not sounding the way it should. Or maybe the answer is as simple as how do I get in touch with animal control in city of Seattle, and instead of giving me just a number, it gives me this long set of steps, which is really like not what we want. So we can do what is called few short examples, which basically means you can give it a set of sample questions and answers that give it a sense that, okay, this is how much I need to work on getting this effort in place. Right. So I'll just take you to the academy section where I have the example already. So let me just dump this in the chat as well. Okay. Also, Monisha, I also have noted your piece. I will respond to that as well in the chat. Right. Right. So here, I will just show you our GUI bot, which is basically a support bot running on one of our pages. And aside from, say, like we've already given it a personality, we said, hey, make sure you help people use the tool, make sure you're polite, make sure, you answer directly, all of that. But we still found that sometimes it would be too verbose and not give the right answer. And sometimes we wanted it to give specific links and it would kind of keep dropping on those, dropping the ball on those. And those, of course, have come to us through iteration, through, people giving us feedback that, hey, I asked for this and I never got a response and things like that. So the first thing that you do after your main prompt is that you can just say, like, okay, so now we're using OpenAI, which like responds really well to this kind of backtick format, but you can just also just use dashes or whatever, just to like distinguish that this part is different and it's important, and the LLM needs to understand it in a different way. Almost, if you think about it, like say, you know, bunch of extra notes in the column for you if you're sharing instructions or notes with your colleague, right?
There's
so
no
you say,
no actual convention there. You just like pick whatever you want to
then the
differentiate,
convention is
emphasize.
based on the tool maker. So OpenAI prefers these sticks,
Okay.
whereas you know, if you're using other tools, they may have their own other LLMs. They have their own. I've tried to do a bit of, because of your question, I tried to get a bit of that ordered here. So yeah, so like when I searched a bit more, I found that the delimiters like this work well for OpenAI.
Cool.
So, but in general, I started to notice as the LLMs have improved, it's also like it's become less and less important. You know, it's kind of able to read it even if we don't give that. But yeah, I mean, I would say that currently, if you're using OpenAI, best practice is to keep double takes, or even like a, you know, markdown line delimiter works really well. I think it should be fine. I have observed, in fact, Dave, the CTO, told me that sometimes these end up being larger in token counts. So once, you know, your LLM starts becoming bigger and bigger, the cost for these tiny things become a little bit more. So sometimes it's just okay to put a dash or something. So that's fine. So okay. So anyway, let's get back. So basically, we're giving it a set of Q&As, so it can kind of tackle particular questions in a specific way. So for example, let me go back to, say, City of Seattle. Assume, Angela and Rob, that you don't want it to say, hey, you know, if you are looking for the pest control number, this is where you need to look. But rather you want to say, this is the number. So what you need to do is then just give an example that says that, say, what is the number of animal control? And then it should just say, this is the number, and give the number, whatever it may be.
Can I ask you, when we are creating the prompts and the KB, is it a one-to-one or a one-to-many? So would you have a single KB, like for animal shelter, you create a single prompt for that? Or can you put multiple in there and hit like 1 KB with
Yeah, I mean, now I don't have to
volume of information?
Yeah, I don't need to put it separately for like signages and separately for like road maintenance. It's more like an example. So again, like, think about it, like if you were to tell your teammate that, hey, this is how you respond to this question, they should be able to apply a little bit of their own analytical skills. And okay, someone's asking me for road control, I need to answer it in a similar way. So this is more like you're just like giving it a sense that, okay, this is what you need to do. You don't have to separately prompt it once all of your KB is inside. Yeah. So one to many.
So just to clarify that, this few shot thing is basically stylistically changing the answers. This is not intended to be the place where your knowledge base should live. It's not exhaustive, right?
Yeah.
This is just saying, hey, if you get a question that looks like this, you should be short. And so the LLM will essentially look at how these types of question and answers come along. And then in terms of technical execution, later on, it's going to take the user's question and it's going to basically pull in little snippets from your documents and then ultimately answer the question in the same style as you've given up above. And so the reason that this is helpful is you're essentially, you know, if you think about this as a big row, you have an instruction at the top that defines the personality. You have these example questions. And then later on, it's going to basically say, hey, I have some referenced material that you should use to create your answer. And then finally, here's the user's question at the end. And that's actually what's happening in terms of what's going to the LLM. So again, think of this few shot stuff as stylistic guidance, not the actual exhaustive answer.
Yeah. It's like just like how people have scripts when they're inside a call center. So like they have to, it helps them to stylistically adhere to that script. That's it. It doesn't have any bearing to what's in the knowledge base.
Rob, you have a question?
Yeah, do I have my, yes, audio's on. So as I do the user and the assistant, I can say, who do I contact to connect my utilities? Assistant stylistically, here's the number, here's the link to go to. Who would you like me to connect you to either? How would I build that stylistically?
So
Like,
I guess, go ahead.
could I connect them? Could I put an
Sean,
API and connect them out, or is that too advanced for the moment?
No, I mean, what we're the connection part is a little bit of a special case.
Okay.
So why don't we, I think it's
Table that
worth
for now.
table it for the time being, because it's
Yeah.
worth answering the question that came from Tom around how do you add follow-up questions, which I put in the chat. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to do something similar, but the HTML that you'll have is like redirect, right? And that will be interpreted differently by Twilio and the kind of call things underneath the hood. So the redirect action is slightly different, Rob, than the other stuff. And it's sort of particular to voice.
And one other question, is there anything we have to do to prime the language it recognizes to interact right off the top? Or is there configuration that's kind of done automatically?
We often will say, we'll add a prompt that says, please reply in the language of the user's last question, right? And that's the sort of thing.
Okay.
And so you'll notice in your particular, there's like Seattle SMS and Seattle Voice, right? That's, I would encourage you to play with the demo pieces there. And again, with your golden questions, and then adjust depending on whether it's answering those things well or not. But at this stage, just to keep the sequencing down, we're trying to get all of you guys to put together this sort of collect the knowledge base articles, then define kind of these golden questions. And then what we're doing today is just the basics of how do you do a little prompt engineering. And then we want to connect us to the web. So you have a testing piece, and then we'll go to WhatsApp, telephony, SMS, and everything else. We're just sort of building it up step by step.
Yeah.
Cool. And then last question is the knowledge stuff that I've loaded in. There's a lot of formatting and stylistic stuff in there. Does that ever matter, or is it best to load clean information in, or is it pretty good about reading?
At this point, I wouldn't worry about it. And then we'll deal with that if we notice that things aren't working well. In general, it's pretty resistant to it.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, again, as I mentioned in one of the earlier sessions, that think about the knowledge base like an open book exam. So it's like, if you're going to read through it, you are going to be the person summarizing it. So now, you are now the person who's giving the exam, who's writing the exam is this character. So now how do you build this person's personality? That's as simple as it is. Right. So we can put in a few short examples. I feel like just add this now, but what will happen is that as you start iterating and testing your bot, you will notice that some specific questions are answered in a particular way, and you want to change that stylistically. And this is the space where that can be quickly done and checked, and if it's working or not. Right. So we'll quickly look at this. I think we kind of did a bit of this, but I feel like we'll focus a little bit on OpenAI now. And then as you guys spread out into your specific bots, I can help, Sean and I can help you with the specific kind of language needed for the prompting. And now we'll just do the last piece, which is templating. I think it is already in some people's example, like Medtronic and OpenUp, of course. So I will just show this to you, and then we can kind of like a little bit of time to, if you have any doubts around. So basically, one part of it is that, hey, you have all of this prompting that you're doing. Now here you see that I've got a very small prompt, which has some kind of strange characters in it as well. So because LLMs are built keeping in mind that they need to be customized, there might be requirements where you need to send out different information to people. we've included what is called Jinja templating. Sounds like ginger, but with a J, which allows to do conditional formatting and variables. For those of you who know these terms, it is great. But if you don't know, let me know, then we can try and do a small understanding of it. I don't want to leave anybody behind.
Yeah. This one's a little advanced. The motivation here is, I think, for two of you guys, well, at least in terms of open up, you're basically embedding the bot and you want to tell the bot some more information, right? That it wouldn't have otherwise. And so in this particular case, the open up folks are embedding their web bot on a page. And so they want the bot to be aware of the page where it's displayed. And we've got other ones where we're working with educational companies and they want to tell the bot about the teacher that's actually using that bot right now. And, and the data about the students in that class right now. And it should use that context to basically do something better. And so the way that works is we're passing in, that as a collection of data, which in technical terms is called JSON, which is just a JavaScript object notation. And so that's that variable that if this page JSON here exists, then you can do things with it. This is not relevant necessarily to everybody, but we just wanted to give you a little hint of you can do these things. We can also go more deep into how, but go ahead. I just want to give context on that.
Sure, of course. So where this will really show up for you is later on when we do analytics. So that's why we're just giving you a bit of a brief on it. But what's really happening is if you see this double curly bracket piece, so and a variable can be anything. So I'm just going to say Ambika. So now when I go down, it will automatically give me a little box which says Ambika. And I can change what that variable is. It is a number, is it a Boolean, is it a array, object, whatever. And what I can do here is every single time I can have different information being passed into this particular variable. And then it allows the prompt to like always have a new answer based on whatever was passed into that variable. So for example, with OpenUp, say for example, we did like title and page content. So, and it is a JSON. So if I were to just show you, let me clear this and then clear my name out of it and then show you what it means. So here, if you notice, it says, okay, there's a title, deploy to WhatsApp, and there's page content, which is an HTML, which I picked up from my docs. So I'll just say, what is the subject of the what is the subject? Sorry. So it gave me the subject that it says it's deployed to WhatsApp. And then here, because this is a rather long amount of data about how to deploy, if I were to say what is page content, it will give me a summary of it. So, and if I were to change it, then it will also be done. So basically, again, that I keep bringing back that kind of idea of natural language where you're asking it in very like not a very non-technical way, and it's able to respond in that similar way. But if you look at the data it has, it's like a structured JSON. So
and that's just literally the HTML of that particular page.
Exactly. So so basically this is what it allows. We'll get into this a bit more. I think Dan, your kind of an open up team is the one playing with it the most currently. So I think the core of this section on prompting is very much this. Iterate, figure how your answers need to be, keep trying. All of you have enough credits, so don't worry about that. Just like keep looking at how you're getting the best answer, and it's serving you in the best way possible. And just with these two core ideas, that we've got the knowledge base and we've got a prompting box where we can kind of tell it how we want to prompt. So now I'll just from here move on a little bit to language, and then we'll go to deploy. Language is pretty simple. Go back to the health bot. This is, I think, relevant for those of you who have multilingual or you want specific language bots. So typically, when you open a Copilot builder, you will see this capability section. And what speech recognition and language can do is your user doesn't need to type type, they can easily put in a voice note, and then it should be able to transcribe that voice note, take it back to the LLM and respond back. And also later with the second option, which is text to speech, it should be able to even give you an audio back. So say I leave it on this auto detect, which is Whisper Latch 2, and maybe I'll say translate to and from, I guess, Hindi, because that is the language that I can speak. So the way to test it, once you've set this up, is on the Copilot builder, it is a little bit tedious. But once you start testing it on, say, your WhatsApp or your web or even your voice phone numbers, it will not be so. But just for the testing, for now, it is a little bit of few steps. So you do the little clip thing, and then click on it, and you'll see at the bottom it gives me an option for audio. And then I can just click on this, and you can already see there's audio feedback. So I'll just, I don't know, maybe ask a question. I'm just going to ask, what is a normal BP reading for a woman of 37 years old? What is, oh, sorry, I have to do it in Hindi, forgot. 37 साल की महिला का BP reading क्या होता है? So you can hear it also if you need to. I don't know if you're able to hear it. Maybe I'll switch on the audio. 37 साल की महिला का BP reading क्या होता है? So it's captured my voice. I'm just going to click yes, and I will hit send. I will reiterate this back in the web file. Oops, it didn't read it. Oh, it did. Oh no, it did read it. I was too hesitant in asking the question, perhaps. So yeah, these are the places we can kind of test it and make sure that it's giving us good readings. बीपी के लिए क्या फॉलो अप करना होगा अगर मैं 37 साल की हूँ और 130/90 का रीडिंग आया है? So it already translated it. It said, what is the follow-up I need if I am 37 and I have a reading of 130/90? And it's given me the answer in the language that I asked. So here currently we've got basic sense of this. Okay, even I can't read such dense Hindi, but hopefully you have experts on the team who can figure that out. And then, of course, because we also added the text to speech, it's given us a response as well. I'll just do it like a few seconds so you get a sense of it.
Visva Swasthya Sangathana, WHO, K. Desam.
So, sorry, go ahead, Sean.
Go ahead. No, so if you don't like that voice, there's a variety of voices you can choose from as well that are appropriate to the region wherever you are.
So yeah, so here you can choose from the voices. I guess it was a US voice, so it didn't get the accent right. But if I were to do Hindi, it will give me a Hindi voice as well. So yeah, so and then if you're using Google Voices, there are a bunch of them here. If you click here, you'll be taken to the Google page and you can hear all of them and then choose the one that works for you the best. And then
if you just hit run again right now.
It went back to, yeah, let me just go back to Hindi.
It'll just take whatever you last did and kind of rerun it just with your change settings. But, so we basically generate the text and then.
यदि आपका रक्तचाप 130/90 पारे के मिलीमीटर है, तो इसे आपके.
Okay, that sounds a little bit more like Hindi people would recognize that. So yeah, so this is kind of how you can set it up with speech recognition, which is like understanding the user's voice, translating, putting it to the LLM, and then text to speech, which takes the response of the LLM and returns it back as speech. So I think for Seattle, this might be useful. Maybe even for IOM, maybe people are sending voice notes on WhatsApp. So that's pretty useful there as well. Medic maybe as well. So yeah, sorry.
The only thing I would say on that is, so some of you have scenarios where there's just one or two languages, and then some of you, like in the case of Seattle and IOM, you have lots of languages. And so there's somewhat different strategies that we do if we don't know what the language is coming in. And so in those cases, you probably don't want to turn on translation. And then to start, we'll probably just end up using either Whisper 3, which has pretty good support for the top 50 languages of the world. And then in the case of City of Seattle, there's some sort of modern telephony-based ones. And so you probably won't turn on translation here, just so you guys know, and then just leave it as auto-detect. And then we'll do some work to figure out appropriate TTS voices that'll work across most languages. But anyways, that's a little bit case by case and some tweaking that we'll do to figure out how to get that to work well.
Yeah.
And again, the way to make that work, just one last part, is get your golden questions.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Of here's some, example audio samples of what you expect to be getting from your end users. And then we'll do a testing process to set those up so that we can try out these different models to see which ones actually understand those people the best.
Right. So this was pretty simple and just a one-click thing. And then I think once you are into evaluations, you will be able to choose better what models work, as Sean said. And then finally, lo and behold, we can now deploy our first web copilot. And this is also really simple. Let's go back to that health bot that I was doing. Oops, I think I'm in the wrong workspace. Sorry about that.
So I think you have to run it once. I think we ran this inside of City Seattle. So we used up your credits, Rob.
Sorry, I'll fix that. Yeah, sorry about that. Right. So now if we've got this piece ready, we can just get into integrations. You might see a page that looks like this. So yes, no, you want to show me some? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Tom. I rely on you a lot for feedback. Right. So we will now hit connect to your app or website. For some of you, this may already be turned on. It's possible that maybe Sean or I have already set it up. And here you get a preview of what the web chatbot looks like. Dan, Tom, this is kind of the preview of what it will look like for you, the one on the right. And then here you can really spruce up the branding of what this bot is all about. You can change your picture and we have this new improved thing here. I forgot how to switch it on, but
yeah, just if you hit refresh on the page.
Okay. So it'll use my prompt and make a little description and also give me some conversation starters. And then of course you can change this to this. And then you can have your link here. So if I were to put that. Oops. So this will kind of hyperlink to my website. And then these questions are super, really speed up people responding because you have direct questions and you can choose what these questions are going to be. So if I were to go back to new chat, I can change any of these and this is kind of live update. So as you can see, I changed the second one and here it changed it also as well. And here you can also do you can have audio messages, you can upload pictures, all of the goodness of a good web chat bot, like what we're used to with OpenAI or Claude or whatever. And now I'm just going to go over to test this web chatbot and you guys can also do it. You just hit message and then it'll open this cute looking UI.
But you didn't save your changes. You just have to save the changes.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So if you'd say
update
web preview,
update preview.
And then if you go back to the web, you'll see when you hit refresh, all of our handy buttons and everything else should come into play.
So now, of course, this is available on the phone. If you guys want to try it there, it'll work quite easily. You can do audio messages, and so this is now a much more like shareable link. You want to like test it internally with your teams to see if the responses are coming out well. You know, experts who are not here, if they want to see how it's working, how are the sources and citations coming through.
And the citations show up better here too. Will you tap on one of those?
Yeah.
So, you know, just sort of open them up in line so people can get all that. So this is just the web one. So, you know, it's possible you'll see that you can connect us via SMS, you can connect it via Facebook, you can connect it via WhatsApp, and then underneath the hood, you know, we also allow to connect it on the voice side too. And they're all slightly different, but they're you have a little bit of different nuance, but in general, your core Copilot is going to be driving the same thing for all of it.
Yeah. So I mean, although many of you will have to like start looking at your WhatsApp and your voice SMS stuff, this is a very quick way to share and kind of internally start getting used to what this kind of a Copilot can be, and how the responses are turning out, and like looking at, you know, how people are responding to it, etc. But of course, we'll pretty soon set you up with the final links that you might need. So, right. So we've got this web chatbot. Have others been able to figure it out? Do they all have this kind of a page which says /chat and healthbot dash something? I don't know.
One thing that might be worth doing is, would you mind just going over to the City of Seattle one, just to give you a sense of, you know, how these things get hooked up?
Yeah.
So if you go to Gooey.AI/City of Seattle, because, you know, we're trying to build a little bit public, you'll see there's two bots that we sort of set up here. So if you just click on the CBot SMS one, and so you'll notice, much like Ambika was just describing, there's a personality described at the top. It has this little guidelines around using direct language, always trying to answer it. And then a little bit of the, hey, introduce yourself. And then we haven't gotten to this yet. This one in particular has ability to use some tools. And then you'll notice on the side over there, it says, where is the animal shelter? And, you know, you can ask a question, and then it's basically just querying the knowledge base, which right now is very simple. If you scroll down on this one, Ambika, we've done this one slightly differently, but if you open that City of Seattle knowledge base, you know, you should see that this is just a collection of files that just points to, I think, to public resources for the City of Seattle, the Contact Us page, and I think we randomly added in information about the Seattle Animal Shelter. So that's the knowledge base. And then, you know, it has this, if you can just keep up the Contact Us page. In this particular case, you'll notice it's just got a whole mess of telephone numbers. And so let's just take one of, you know, let's take the arts permit liaison number, and let's all remember that that should end in 4097, right? And then so if you go back to the bot, and you just say, and then clear this out, or yeah, you just ask, what's the number for the arts liaison department? Or if I need an arts permit, who should I contact? And so, you know, it's basically pinging that knowledge base, and then up above, it's generating that answer, and it's doing it. And great, it gave back the correct telephone number. the part that, I think is the more fun and interesting and where these things get more real is we'll share this, SMS number so that you guys can get a sense of like, well, then you can just SMS it too. So I think at the demo, if you do want to just copy that telephone number, that +1 945, just at the top.
Yeah, here.
This one here. Yes. If you just copy that into the chat. So this, now anybody can text this, right? And then it will react. And then Angela and Rob, if you update this and say, only give answers talking like a pirate, then anybody who texts that number will then text back like a pirate. And those changes get reflected in real time, right? In terms of those bits. And then we'll cover this next time, but this has some additional bells and whistles, like, this has the ability to search the internet as well. So you can ask interesting things like, when is the next Lady Gaga concert in Seattle? And it'll probably answer it, actually.
Cool.
But that's for the future. But yeah. And then you can see, if you want to basically have this thing get smarter, you just add documents into that knowledge base piece over there, and then that will get automatically picked up by this thing.
Right. Okay. So this is sorted. Are people feeling okay about this? Does everyone have their little Copilot running? I don't know where mine went.
Hey, Sean and Ambika, a quick question. I've been working in Rob's Copilot builder. Can I see the one that you created, or is there like a library that I can navigate to?
Are you in this workspace, City of Seattle? If you drop down on the right, yeah.
Apparently, I am not.
Yeah. Yes, you want to hang out there. So it's important to sort of do the work in the workspace of your organization, and then things can be shared, right? Then you can save things in a way that your other colleagues can see it, and your history is shared across that organization too.
Apparently, I've been off in the hinterland on my own.
Correct. Yes. So you can always just go to the one that you have. So Ambika, if you could, yeah. So if you just go to update to anything that you've done. So let's take your, computational's clean slate Copilot, for example. If you click on update here, and so let's imagine this is the one you've got off in your hinterland. If you click update, you'll notice you can change the workspace here and then just move it over to Seattle and then say save as new, and then it'll just copy what you've done over there.
I don't have that option. Apparently, I've been working in this different space. Okay.
Could you just let us know the email address that you're logged in? It's possible that you're not in the right workspace.
Yeah, I think I did something. It was under my Gmail account because originally
that's why. So just if you could share your Gmail account, we'll put your Gmail account into the City of Seattle workspace.
Originally, Angela and I weren't getting the approval messages, so we were using our Gmail accounts to dive in quickly.
No problem. So yeah, if you guys could share your Gmail accounts, we will connect those Gmail accounts to your official accounts here, and then you can work on them collaboratively.
Angela, did you get yours on your city account too? I did eventually. So I think I can just copy and paste this stuff. I think I can figure it out. I'm good.
Yeah, but if you guys can share the Gmail accounts that you use,
we'll just add them
to associate that with your respective IOM and City of Seattle workspace.
Okay.
So Shadi, if you could do the same.
And also, since some of you may eventually add more team members, many of you already will be owners or admins. So you can invite them directly via email as well. Right. So we have some time for Q&A, but I'll just give you a sense of what's happening in the next session so you can kind of be prepped a bit. Hopefully we're able to show off a bit of our bots, maybe just like a few minutes of what you're trying to achieve, where you're at. It doesn't matter even if you're in a space where it's not giving the right answers, but just to kind of get a sense of progress. We'll start working on evals, and as Sean mentioned, we have to get our Q&A and audio evals data in place. And then we'll kind of run that in our bulk and evaluation tools. And then, of course, keep iterating on top of that. The goals for that session will be that we've got a bot that's kind of been tested internally. If you're using it on Web Copilot, you can keep a couple of screenshots to share with us if you want, or you want to show it by history. I'll send some tips on that as well. And then maybe you want to share a little bit of how it's happening, and then have a list of your observations, questions like you did today. And then, of course, to get your golden Q&A prepped in a way that your evals are always kind of iterative and working well. I think that's
Quick
about
note
it.
on the golden Q&As. Those can be living documents, so you can add to them as you find questions that are being answered wrong. You can add those questions as new questions. So don't feel like you have to have it set in stone by this point. We want to get started with a good set of them, but we can keep adding to them throughout.
Just one last thing, because it's fun. And I know my colleagues are going to kill me. But I wanted to give you guys, let's see if I can make this actually work. I think.
You want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, actually, if you could just go back to that City of Seattle one.
Okay.
Just to sort of, we wanted to give you a tidbit of the last and one more thing to expand your sense of kind of possibility. So if you just click on, if you go to the City of Seattle workspace, in that little selector under Team Zissou, and then go to saved. And then go
saved
to voice
all or saved?
No, that's fine. Okay. Just no, this one's the voice bot. So you'll notice on some of you guys, we've got this little try the demo button. So this is just a little checkbox where once you've made the integration, if you want to kind of show it off more broadly your teams, it's a little checkbox you can do to get this to show up. And so, this telephone number, any of you should actually be able to go ahead and scan. So I'm just going to open up my phone and scan this. And then I'm calling it. And then if you guys can hear this, can you hear this?
Welcome to City of Seattle Voice. Please ask your question and press 0 if the end of your question isn't detected.
How do I get connected to the arts department?
To connect with the Seattle Office of Arts and Culture, you can visit their official website at www.seattle.gov.
Can you give me the number, please?
The contact number for the Seattle Office of Arts and Culture is 206-684.
Can you tell me that in Vietnamese, please? Can you tell me that in English?
The phone number for the
So anyways, this is the sort of, it's the same recipe, just so you guys know that we're running everything else. And then we've just hooked this up to the models that essentially do voice and real-time interactivity. And so the idea is if you want to play around with those level of kind of voice interactivity and settings, those are also possible. So we're very excited about those too. And we just think, this has the potential to make these things way more accessible to lots and lots more people. So anyways, can't wait to see. And then we'll kind of go more deeply into the WhatsApp portion. The only last question was Tom's. Did you want to show Ambika how to do follow-up questions?
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that for next time. But there's some
I have a doc on it,
magic.
and
yeah,
I think Tom and Dan have been really on the docs. I very much appreciate it. So I'll happily share those as well. And if there's anyone else who has got questions, the Google group is free to use for anyone. Please post your questions, and we've been kind of feeling like there's no chatter and we're a bit stressed. So maybe if you have questions, share them openly. We're happy to help you. And others will learn from your queries as well. Otherwise, we're of course available on email. You can book time with us anytime. And then I'll share the follow-up stuff with you very soon. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
And just real quick for the City of Seattle folks, anything interesting that is shared in that, we'll copy and log in an email to everybody.
Oh, are you guys not getting the Google group email?
Oh, no, I thought you mentioned
I haven't
the
seen
WhatsApp.
anything.
Okay. Oh, all right. So maybe I'll send those two independently.
We're
Others
hard to
not
work.
getting them too?
We're hard to work with because we have to keep everything on public record, so
Okay.
we can't use your normal chat.
Right. Okay.
Sorry,
All
we're
right.
difficult.
Oh, so okay. No, that's fine. I think even Hitesh says he's not getting them either. Anyone else from TFI who's not getting them too?
Should we suggest everybody adds us and that to your contacts so that it gets better delivery?
Let me just pull it up and then perhaps. So it's just
other questions while you still got us, and we're kind of at the hour. I guess this is almost done, but we're happy to hang out a little bit if people have more questions.
Not yet, but oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Nope, you first.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry if I missed this, but where do we upload the golden questions and answers? Like, where exactly do we put that? Because
not yet. We do it in the next.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
In short, though, the quick answer is if you go to Gooey.AI/rockdoc, there's a set of Google folders for each one of you. If you just upload it there for the time being.
I think they've already done that.
Okay, great. And then in the next session, we'll show you how that's hooked up to a bulk run, and you'll see that then going forward in the saved workflows.
Since people aren't dropping, Sean, maybe quickly let's show that format again so that people remember. You had done one for, I'll just show this one. Yeah, so the core format should for your golden Q&A needs to look like this. You've got a column for questions that you feel will be typically asked, and then you need a column for answers that you know are the right answers that an expert has helped you with. There are a few more parts to this. I will share some relevant links. Maybe for Seattle team, I just email you separately, but if you're not able to access the Google Workspace,
yeah, look, there's a particular email address that I don't remember offhand that you have to share. You can either make that content publicly accessible, but if you don't want to do that, we'll give you a custom email address where you can give that custom email address read-only content, and then our server will be able to then get into your Google Workspace. There's a slightly different process for Office 365 documents. Well, let's go get that.
Oh, I think you're talking about different things, Sean, but okay.
I mean, this content piece where if you can't access content from the Google Workspace, Hitesh and Tom, I think, are running into that.
Right. So Sean, maybe if the group is not working, I have a handle for all the emails. I'll just keep sharing it separately. I mean, maybe we can discuss this offline. Yeah. Okay. Thanks all. Thank you everyone for joining. And
please keep the questions coming.
Thank
then
you.
Also for folks in the US time zone, if Ambika's times don't work, you're welcome to schedule me too. My is Gooey.AI/booksean. If you need to.
Can I have like 3 minutes quickly?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Allow me please to share my screen. Yeah. So it's that much easier. Yeah. So here we have the golden data set, right? Can you see it?
Yep. Yes.
So I'm adding like links here, like Google Maps links. But when I go to, sorry, let me close this. Yeah. When I go to the when I'm asking the question here and the chatbot, it's not providing those exact those exact answers in my golden data set.
Yeah, so we should separate. The data set is for evaluation. The knowledge base is used for creation.
Okay.
And so in particular, what you want is, can you go back to your recipe? That one. So you'll notice where it says knowledge, there are no files. And so here you can just, literally, if you just created a new, I would suggest actually in that folder, and maybe can I? Yeah, if you let me drive, I'll sort of do the scout, or I'll tell you how to do it. So if you just go back to the
I don't
folder
know
where
how to do it. Remote control. Let me give it to you.
No, I have
Accept.
access to
Oh.
your, we
Okay, you
have
have already access. Sorry, I forget about
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just,
So you're
we'll set up
editing
the
the
scaffolding
sheet.
for you here. So,
Okay.
you know, you've got your IOM stuff, all right? And you've got a requirements documents, and then we created this thing called the knowledge base. Here, this IOM FAQ, Copilot FAQ. And this is just like one dumb question, as you can see. And so it sounds like some of the data that's in your golden data set, you would like to be able to be in here, right? And so, you know, basically it's just, you want to do a separation between your knowledge base data and your training and your evaluation data. And so let's just do this once, and it's like,
Shadi, typically now if someone has a question like this, and you know the answer, what is the document that you use to give this answer?
Actually, for some answer, we are not using documents. We just need like an exact answer like this, like the one on the table.
Okay.
If there are answers with a link or
But
citation, I will be adding the citation within, like hyperlink within the answer, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but where are those hyperlinked documents?
some of them, most of the documents are in the same Google Drive. It's like where I'm placing the records, this table, and everything.
Sean, I think just
yeah, if you just
see
link to
that,
those directly, that would be great. Do you have the URL for them?
Yeah, let me go on that. It's the same. I mean, you mean what is the exact question now? Like, for example, the
so
addresses?
for example, like you like the bot we made today for health, that hypertension bot, right? It had a document in the knowledge base which was a PDF, and that PDF was from, say, WHO.
1 second.
So does IOM
Yes.
have a set of documents like that?
That you're using to generate events. Yeah, your health resources are there. Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
So this folder you will put in the knowledge base. Sean, are you still sharing?
Yeah, I am. No, I stopped.
Okay. So just copy the link of that health resources Google Drive that you have.
This is what I try to do, as you can see. Let me show you. There's a big file here called IOM, Accelerator IOM.
Yeah. And then you have all these PDFs.
I have IOM knowledge.
Yeah. And then if you go out, you have this one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, great.
Perfect. This is what we need.
This is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just copy this link and then you can add it there. And then
but
go
this
to
link doesn't have the golden thing. Should I put everything in the same
No.
Okay.
No.
See,
Again,
think of the golden Q&A is like it's a test. You're testing if the bot is working well on your documents. So these are your documents.
Also,
and the golden Q&A is just it is your exam sheet. That's it.
Sure. This is open source data, you know.
Yeah, so then just change from restricted. No, just not this one. Great, yeah. And then just change anyone with the link. And then just, yeah, that's fine.
Viewer is okay, Sean?
Yeah, viewer is fine.
Awesome.
And then the first time around, yes, and then if you say
you can remove
you
this
should
golden data.
Yeah,
this
remove the
wrong
golden
tab,
data set.
actually.
You don't want that one. Yeah, remove that.
Okay.
And then say link. Yeah.
Okay.
And then paste in that link.
Sorry, I'm opening any. Okay. Inputs. and then everything should be fine.
Yeah, this will take a little while to run the first time through. So go ahead and hit run. Because there's a lot that, just at the bottom.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's going to take a little while. What? Hold on. Try that one more time. It should have expanded everything in there.
Yeah.
You may have to add the individual links for all of those.
Yeah, but that's not tough, Sean. If you go back, Shadi, to your drive. Yeah, okay. Now select all, do Control A or Command A. Just click on one of them.
Control A.
Right? And then if you do Control A, are they all selected? They're not all selected. Are they?
I don't know how to do that.
Just select one. Just select one.
Okay.
And then do Control. Perfect. Yeah. Now, oops.
Repeat it again.
Sean, I can do this with Shadi if you need to get on with.
No, it's okay. I just want to make sure that this other.
And then the three, you see the three dots on the top? Where it says 100. No, where it says 100 selected. On the top left.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I think no, that other link next to it, the button next to the three dots. Yeah, copy links. Copy links.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Let me go
now
back.
We go back. You X this out.
Add more.
X this out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then do show as link at the bottom. Show as links. This little button here. Yeah, click on it. Yeah, now you just copy it there. Just copy it.
Oh, sorry.
You went too fast. Just say show as links.
Sorry.
No. Not this.
Yeah. Now put it here. Drop it here.
Here.
Yes.
I pasted here. Okay,
yes.
Got it. Sorry.
Oh, but there are commas. This is another one.
Do we not accept?
We don't accept commas.
Yeah. Okay. That's. We should. Okay. We'll fix that bug.
Maybe we can. I can send you the link, guys. You don't need to spend so much time with me. Yeah, I can send you all the information. What do you think? Or maybe there's another solution, Ambika. You're the genius.
If we just turn all of those commas into a paragraph, it will be fine.
Sean, we can just download the doc and download all the files and drop them. That might be easy.
No. We want them to go to his Google folder, right? That's definitely what we want.
But the Google folder is his personal one anyway.
No. It's shared inside of our workspace here. It's going to be better if it's the Google folder.
Okay, fair.
We just have to replace the commas with paragraphs. So if you literally open up like ChatGPT and say replace the commas with paragraphs, it'll do that.
Absolutely, yeah. Let me try this. Please replace this.
Yeah, with paragraph or with line breaks. And then just paste in your text and then hit enter and then take whatever it gives and put that back. Yeah, this is perfect.
Yes.
And so once it outputs all that, copy it. And hopefully it didn't hallucinate it.
Give it some time.
I love it when we use really expensive LLMs for things that are very simple for computer programs to do.
Almost there. Wow.
So I might just suggest the first time this runs, there's a lot of processing that's going to happen. And so I might suggest that we just do 5 of the PDFs at first and then run that and then test it. So
okay, it finished. It's done.
Yeah, I might just take the top 5 links.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just paste all that in. Yeah, if you just do Control A. Should work.
Well, okay, so let me just copy this.
Yeah, just do
Copy
like the
button
first
on the
three.
top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now run.
Yeah, now
Okay.
run that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't know.
We have some. Do me one favor. Just copy those.
Mhm.
Okay. There's some strange thing that I don't quite understand. Do me a favor, Shadi. Scroll up to the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, keep going. And then just click on IOM Tunisia Health Bot Chat.
IOM Tunisia.
Underneath
Which one?
Copilot.
On the left.
Underneath Copilot, this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Click that.
Okay.
Okay. Now go and try that. Go down to the knowledge
Okay.
and to show us links.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Paste again.
The checkbox. That. Yeah. You're
The
doing a
bottom.
reasonable
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
paste those in.
Okay.
And now hit run.
Okay.
So now it goes through a process where it's basically trying to read each one of the content in each of your PDFs and then summarize that. So it'll be a little slower. Okay, great. So then the next thing I wanted to do is go ahead and then also add in this link as an additional one.
In the chat.
Yeah, I just said one you want more in the chat.
1 second, please.
Now you can do add more, Shadi.
Oh, I have to stop sharing so I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy and then so just got confused. I cannot share. What happened? Share my screen again. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Back to yes, I copied the link. Where should I paste it?
And then say add, and then under add more in your knowledge, just add more.
Okay. And
then
link.
now click link.
Okay.
And paste in that link. Yep.
Okay. The import.
Say import.
Okay.
And then hit run. If you scroll down to the bottom. And now what it's done is if you open up, so now it's pulling the data from the FAQ that we have here. And so that FAQ, I just copied two of, if you let me share.
Now let me stop. Okay. Go ahead.
So I just copied the first two golden questions into this Word doc. And so that's now what it's using as the knowledge base in a way that's highly variable. So then, you could take anything that you want to go ahead and, this sort of normal fact that you would use to answer most of the common questions that you get, you would put that into this Word document. And then this golden questions is really verifying that it's pulling the right data from your knowledge-based document over here.
Got it. Awesome.
And so
I have to paste the rest of the answers here. I can do it.
Correct.
Okay.
And there's only one other thing that you might want to do is once you've done editing, can you go back to your Copilot?
Sorry. Yep.
So one thing that we just want to do right now is save this because you made a bunch of good. Was this the tab we were on?
No.
I don't think the tab.
No.
This is
No.
this is not the, you're not seeing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Just go to your
Just go to
history.
history. Sorry, Sean, go.
Go ahead. Yeah. If you go to history, Shadi, the history tab.
Here, where it in just above the prompts, just above the prompt, there's a history.
So you can see it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See where the
Okay.
logo is. Under the logo, you see run.
Which
No,
logo?
the
My
big
logo.
logo. The big logo
This
with
one.
the
Okay. Yeah.
Next to the run, you see example API history. Yeah, click on that.
Okay. Awesome.
And
Then
click on run IOM Tunisia HealthBot one.
The first one, yeah.
the first one.
Yeah, this has all of them. So now you do update. Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm typing up notes. You can take it.
Yeah, and then save. Yeah. Okay. Great. So it's saved now. So whatever your new changes were, you see that the link on the top. Can you notice that it's different? The top on your URL bar on the top, where you type search. Yeah, it gives a name and it has a code. So, but now if you run it again, so this is your saved link. This is basically like your main file. Now, if you put another question.
Let me go back to the. Okay.
क्या हुआ बेटा? मैं यहीं हूँ, सो जाओ.
Yeah, and so here we might want to go ahead and we can adjust it a little bit. Just in
Sorry.
terms of there's some prompt
One
in
sec.
here.
I'll just explain to Shadi. So Shadi, now you can see on the top it says run ID equal to something something.
Run ID.
On the
Where?
top, on the top URL, where the URL is.
Oh, you mean here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
got
this
it.
is not
Yeah.
a saved run. This is not your the one that people will see. So when you update, it will become saved. It's like you're saving a change in a file. Come on,
Okay.
go and see, Babu. Aja.
Do I have it? Do you have to do it one by one, Ambika?
No. Once you're only when
Yeah.
you're happy with your Copilot, at that point you see.
Yes. If you do things like change the knowledge base or the instructions, that's when you want to hit update.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Very nice.
And then if you go over to integrations, and then click on connect to your own app or website. Yeah, that. And then hit improve. For some reason, you're not getting our icons. But yeah, at the top.
What is this?
Where it says improve. That little gray button.
Here. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that'll basically fill this out kind of for you automatically.
Oh,
but
awesome.
And then go down and just say update web preview. And then just finally one last little configuration thing. Scroll down a little bit and then just say show demo button.
This one. No, this is feedback. Sorry.
Yeah, you can turn that on too, but show demo button. Yep. And then just hit save.
And then save settings.
Yes. And so now what's great is you can go, if you go up a little bit, and you say copy web link.
Yep.
Scroll down a little bit where it says connected to copy web link, that button. This link you can now share with colleagues. And this is like the web version of your stuff.
This is awesome. Can I change the picture? So
yes, you can change the picture. We know that's very important.
Where is it? Yes, it's in here. This one. Oh, I can just
change photo.
Why? Why when I click the edit thing?
On the
It's on the
on the left.
Oh, sorry.
And so, yeah, put up whatever you want.
The IOM health worker logo. Awesome. Cool.
Yes. And then you just have to
And
say
then I have
update
to
web preview on this.
update web preview again. Okay.
Yes.
And then copy web preview, and then I can share this. This is amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
so
much,
next time
guys.
we'll show you how to hook this up actually into your WhatsApp piece as well. So you can show how you do that.
Cool.
And
This is
yeah,
great.
but this is the thing you can begin to share with people. And then every time you hit update, then this web preview will then use your latest update.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Sean,
sorry for making you late. Yes, go on, because
no
sorry.
problem. I was just wondering, since he's already put so much effort in Golden Q&A, he can just maybe duplicate that instead of having to retype it in a doc for the facts. That just might be easier.
Yeah, that might be easier.
So Shadi, if you go to the sheets where you put just duplicate the file, and only you need English column and you need expert answer column. So just call it question and answer. So this can be your yeah.
Change to call
No. Don't change it.
Don't change it here. You want to duplicate the file first.
How to do that?
File.
Yeah.
Make a copy.
Make a copy, yeah.
Make a copy, yes. And then
then call this you know, IOM FAQ as Excel.
IOM?
Yeah, as FAQ, FAQ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. That's it?
And
make
then
a
say
copy.
make a copy.
Okay.
And then you want to walk me through this, Ambika?
Yeah.
Or I can do it too.
Oh, sure, whatever.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Just you don't need so many columns. You just need the English column. And you just need the last column number G. You can delete these.
Just a second. Maybe remove this LF. Column.
Yeah. And ABC also you can delete.
This has the record. Oh, it's okay.
No, not needed. Yeah.
I'm worried about. It took me a long time doing.
No. It's totally fine.
Recording the migrants.
Yes.
You can just change the columns to question, answer.
This will become
questions. Yeah.
And then delete the first row as well.
Yeah.
And now copy this link.
It's not a perfect table. Is that okay? There maybe
yeah, that's fine.
It's okay. It should be fine.
Maybe let me remove this.
No, it's okay. Leave it. It's a live document.
Oh, okay, got it. Awesome. Then okay.
Yeah.
Now you make it share. You change the on the right. You see there's a share button. Yeah, if you click on it. Don't copy. Click on it.
Okay. Share.
And
yes,
then
I clicked on
it. Yeah. So now you can do the restricted. You can remove anyone with link viewer and copy that link. Yeah.
Okay.
And now we'll add this one to the Copilot knowledge base. Yeah. Go back to the run. Yeah. Yeah. And then
Oops, where is it?
The knowledge. Yeah.
Add more. Add more, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Link. Yeah. Import. So this will have all your FAQ questions now, which are not there.
Then have to run, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Run and then update. Perfect.
And then you'll notice, Shadi, that try the demo web button will allow you to sort of access this. And then if you click that, that opens up this link here.
Awesome. You can contact offices.
Yeah, and then so this one, we'll do a little bit of work, and maybe you can walk them through this one. I do have to hop off now, Amika.
Yeah.
Just like how not to show the citation here.
Yeah. Just switch it off, I guess, right? I'll just run it through that. Okay, thanks, John.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're getting there, and it's becoming realer and realer. It's exciting. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, Shadi, just go back to the Copilot builder, and then we'll fix that also. Do you want us to go on to another call, John? If you need this link?
Good. We're good. Take it. Ciao.
Bye.
Yes, we are here, Ambika.
Yeah. Just refresh this page, I think, once. If you do refresh,
I don't
it will.
think it's this one. I think it's this one.
No. If you refresh it, it will come back. Yeah, see, it's here. Perfect. Now just go down. You'll see a settings button. Just click on settings. Go down a little. Yeah, and then it says citation style. That just underneath. Oh, no.
Oh, I don't have to write it. Oh, I can. Okay, see. Sorry.
Just underneath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go up, scroll up to the top of this. There should be a
top. Okay.
Yeah, dash. First one.
The dash. Okay.
Yeah, and then we run and save again.
I'm sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions.
No, it's my job to help you. Don't worry about
I feel
No,
don't
worry
having an extra privilege because everyone else left. That's why.
No, that's fine. And then just go back to that web example we made. I think it's perfect.
Where I can.
Now, hopefully, the citation will not turn.
It's amazing.
Oh, is it still showing the sources?
No, it's not showing. Let me check.
Oh, it is.
It's actually, let me see what it's. Because I have been uploading like a PDF showing the cartography, like the addresses, and this is within a PDF, maybe which is not open access.
Okay, let me fix this in the morning. Just send me the link of your builder, Copilot builder.
Of course.
And then I'll fix it in the morning.
Go back. No, I do it. Yes,
yeah, this one. Perfect.
I'm sorry. What time is now
it's 11.
Where you're living in India? Oh, I'm really sorry, Ambika.
No,
you should be sleeping.
That's totally fine.
God. Oh my God. 1 second. Okay. What we have been doing is already amazing. Please find it here. I really appreciate it. Ambika?
Yeah.
One last thing. We are not doing this now. If it's feasible when, for example, the person is asking in the chat robot, where is the nearest IOM office? In the Excel file, as I showed you, I'm sorry, I stopped sharing. I have been adding the addresses hyperlinks from Google Maps. If that can show on the chat robot later on.
It works. It works very well in the WhatsApp. So I will do a session on that. So no problem. So even if you ask what is the nearest center, it will say, okay, send me your location. And based on your location, it will send you the details.
Okay, awesome.
So that's quite
Thank
easy.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, thank you so much. I
Oh,
really appreciate it.
no problem.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.